Hello everyone, welcome back again. Today we're going to be exploring outcome evaluations. This is the process of determining whether a program achieves its intended results and what impact it's had on its participants. What many people think to be the purpose of a program is going to come out in the outcome evaluation. A well-designed outcome evaluation doesn't just mean success or failure though. It's an understanding of why and how the change happens. To continue our cooking metaphor, we can consider running our program like preparing a meal. We've gathered our ingredients, followed a recipe, and cooked it very carefully, but in the end, what matters most is the final dish. Did it turn out as expected? Does it taste good? All very important questions, and programs are exactly the same. We can also ask, would we cook it the same way next time? Outcome evaluations focus on what was achieved, whether expectations were met, and how to make future improvements. We have a few goals and definitions for outcome evaluations. Outcome evaluations are designed to measure whether a program achieves its intended results. And it also identifies unintended effects. These unintended effects can be both positive and negative. I'm sure we've all cooked something that has both positive and negative effects that might have been unanticipated. Who knows what that might be? We can also look to provide evidence for program effectiveness to make future decisions. We can inform funders, stakeholders, and policymakers about the impact of the program. And as we do this, it moves beyond what a program does and asks, what difference does the program make in the environment that you implemented it in? To effectively measure program outcomes, we can focus on three main types. We can look at short-term outcomes that measure immediate changes to knowledge, attitude, or behaviors. We can look at intermediate outcomes, such as changes in practices, decisions, or performances over time. And we can look at long-term outcomes that are broader and more sustained and have longer-reaching impacts on individuals or communities. Each of these plays a key role in understanding the full scope of a program's impact. With all of this, as I think we mentioned in the process and implementation evaluation, we have what's called a theory of change, which is a framework that outlines how and why a program leads to its expected outcomes. We have our inputs, activities, outputs, and outcomes, and all of these help us identify the assumptions and causal relationships of how our program interacts with our environment and clients. A theory of change ensures that a program's goals are realistic and measurable. This structured approach allows us to connect program actions with measurable results. Just like with the needs assessment and process evaluation, we have multiple ways of collecting data to evaluate an outcome effectively. We use a mix of methods, such as surveys, to collect participant feedback and self-reported changes. We can use interviews and focus groups to gain deeper insights into participant experiences. We can also use performance metrics to track measurable indicators such as test scores, attendance, or job placements. We would also like to include, in many cases, a comparative analysis where we compare program participants to non-participants to see if there's a significant difference in how they are measuring on the outcome that we're interested in. Using multiple methods increases the accuracy and credibility of our findings. Lastly, to wrap it all up, outcome evaluations measure the real impacts of a program. They focus on short-term, intermediate, and long-term changes, and they're looked at through a theory of change lens that helps connect actions to results. Effective evaluations use multiple data sources to ensure accuracy. Challenges can be addressed with strong study design and clear, measurable strategies.